Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Again, for giving us your time. We are going to really make this valuable for you. We know your time is valuable, and we're going to really make sure this is very worthwhile, your time showing up. So again, Leanne and I are going to be presenting to you the skin solution. And this really applies to just about every skin condition. There may be a few exceptions. But this is really, for the most part, when you're suffering from a chronic condition, a chronic skin condition, it's normally down to one main root cause. And we're both going to be sharing with you how to get to that and really get to the root of it. So we are going to present to you how to heal skin conditions without drugs, steroids, or expensive moisturizers. Our goal in this webinar is to make sure that you leave knowing that you no longer have to suffer from any skin conditions. If you stay until the end, we will actually email you a free transcript for this entire webinar so you can actually go over it in your own time and listen again, because it's going to be loaded with some really great content. What makes this different to the traditional methods of treating skin conditions? Well, this is not a band-aid solution. This will actually work long-term. Band-aid is an American term. If you're in England, we talk about plasters, but the idea is a lot of things, a lot of treatments out there that treat skin conditions are really, they're kind of just using topical solutions for something that needs to be addressed from the inside out. I like to use the analogy of using creams to treat skin conditions is actually almost like trying to repair a car by giving it a paint job. If the engine stops working and you try and fix it by painting it, that's the equivalent of a band-aid solution when you're trying to fix the broken engine by painting the car. With creams, it's kind of what we're doing. And this is how I was treated my entire childhood, really, until my early 30s. It was all about creams, steroids, antibiotics. And this is really going to be changing your view on what skin conditions really are so that you can actually heal your skin for good. So it doesn't just go away or come back, go away, come back, go away, come back. Whatever skin condition it is, whether it's psoriasis or eczema, acne, any of those things. So this really is going to apply to many. So a little bit about me. That is me on the left-hand side. Obviously, I wouldn't have a random person just stood there. That's my book to the right of me, The Vitality Secret, or one of them. That's the bestseller. Defy Disease, Combat Common Illnesses, and Stay Young. This is really about getting to the root cause again of health conditions, and that's me receiving an award for a digital program I have helping people reverse a lot of these common illnesses. So I healed my own skin by accident. I'll tell you the story quite shortly, how this happened. And I actually wrote a book about its root cause, which is that one, the Vitality Secret. And I've helped lots of other people heal their eczema and also their psoriasis and other skin conditions, acne as well. So again, I'm an award-winning health coach. That's me receiving the award. It received the award for a number of reasons. That was the Southern California Sustainable Business Award, and they just seemed to be quite impressed with the results that people were getting going through my program. And really, I'm on a personal mission to empower people to heal their own bodies, become free of symptoms, pain, and medication. That's my mission statement, because I'm of the opinion that every illness, everything has a root cause, and skin is just a symptom of an imbalance below the surface. And we are, both of us, Leanne and I, are both very much aligned on this. So, and we both healed our own skin conditions. So I'm now going to hand the controls over to Leanne, and if you just bear with us for just a moment, it could take a few seconds, but I'm now going to hand them over so she can continue talking.
Hey guys. Hoping that everyone can hear me okay. And thank you, Neil, so much for the introduction. As Neil said, my name is Leahan Frandsen, and I am a functional nutrition practitioner. And I, as well, have healed my own skin condition, and as well, I have balanced my hormones simply by healing one very important organ, which would be the gut. So in my humble opinion, digestive health is of utmost importance when it comes to skin. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, so I did heal my acne. If you can see in the picture on the lower left there, this was probably approximately 3 years ago, and I had acne on my back. I was using tons of topical creams. I was spending thousands of dollars on laser treatments. And as soon as I healed the one organ, which was my gut, and started doing a very strict diet, I was able to improve my acne on my back, and it has no longer happened, and I have not had one single breakout for 2 years. Why I do what I do: I was a dental hygienist. I quit my career in 2016, and my goal in life is to inspire others to live their best lives. And I truly believe that by healing your gut and healing your body, it allows you to live the best life. It will heal your mind, your body, and your soul. So in 2016, I took a course, and I am now a functional nutrition practitioner. I have been honored to help hundreds of clients heal their bodies from within with different protocols that I have given out. So not only skin conditions, but numerous other conditions. I have recently released an online cookbook, and I love yoga. I believe that yoga is a major piece in helping anyone heal their body. It helps with anxiety, depression. It helps with, alignment, physical strength. And I do numerous private sessions, and I have been teaching yoga since 2012. So again, I think that that is a very amazing piece of the puzzle, incorporating yoga and meditation into healing the body. So I would say, yeah, for sure. I think Neil and I can both resonate with this. We have learned to do a lot of things right. We are massive fans of gut health, and I'm sure that he would feel the same as me when we would say the gut is brain number one, and that is what we need to feed, that is what we need to fuel, and that is what we need to heal in order to heal our brain number two, which is our actual brain and therefore our lives. So I think in doing that, we've done a lot of things right, and we've done a lot of things wrong. Oh, sorry. I'll leave this one for Neil. But we've also done a lot of things wrong, and that is the previous slide. Here we go. And that, I would think, has led us to do what we do and help to inspire, motivate, and educate as many people as possible on as many of the right things to do, so that you don't do as many of the wrong things and have to suffer like we did. And so I will now hand this back over to Neil.
I'm back. And I'm going to slide through these very quickly. So this is what I did for about 30 odd years. That's obviously not my neck because it's a girl's neck, but it's I didn't actually have a picture of my own eczema. But I didn't like to take pictures of it. So what I would used to do was just I would consider what I was eating a very healthy diet. And, I've been brought up in a good family. I always thought that we ate very well. And I would really just focus on the different kinds of creams. So I went from cream to cream, from steroid to steroid, from shower cream to bath ointment. You can probably relate to this, maybe you can't, but if you're not an eczema sufferer, maybe this won't apply to you. For me, I used to wear these white gloves going to school. Sorry, not going to school, going to bed. I wouldn't wear them going to school, but going to bed. And the idea was to stop me scratching. And I would just spend a lot of time kind of going through all these different gloves, and I'd often scratch holes in them. I'd end up bleeding, and going through all these pairs of white gloves. So it never got to the root cause. And just very occasionally, the doctor would tell us to take out a few things from our diet, but they never actually explained why. And of course, when it got really bad, I was told I was put on antibiotics, which is really not a great thing to do at all. So we're both convinced, we're both convinced, Leanne and I, that this is just the way it's got to be. So, eczema is known as this kind of common illness. It's like it's a genetic thing that often you just have to put up with. And a friend of mine used to joke saying we have our blessings and our curses. And he'd say, Neil, your blessings are muscles, but your curse is your eczema. And it's like this thing I just had to kind of deal with. And that's the way I just thought it was until my early 30s. So I'm now going to hand the slides back to Leanne, because she's going to be talking a little bit more about the hard way that she went through.
All right, I'm back. So yes, we both did discover this the hard way. I suffered with my acne on my back for on and off since my 20s, and it was embarrassing. I was never really embarrassed about my body, but I was embarrassed about my skin. And so it was, yeah, it just was never something that I wanted to really do. I didn't like putting on a bikini. I didn't like wearing really cute backless tank tops. And it was just one of those things that I'm sure anyone with a skin condition can resonate with. And you just are uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. And so I just want to help prevent anyone from having to suffer, as does Neil. And so in today's webinar, we want to help you get the easy way. We're going to show you the best way to cheat and move on with your life. So the hard way does, cost a lot of money. Like I said, laser treatments, even using skin products, you can read all of these articles and you can be paying for the most organic, effective skin products. And again, this all goes back to what Neil said about the Band-Aid solution, prescriptions, creams from the doctor. I can resonate with this one as well. I had some prescription cream that I put on that was drying out the acne, and in turn was drying out my back, and it caused my skin to flake. And it was just one, I guess, turmoil after the other. So I'm pretty sure that here we go, Neil, he can talk about this next slide.
So would you like to learn the easy way? Probably a stupid question. So I'm guessing your answer is going to be yes. Would you like to cut through years of pain, embarrassment, and frustration? Well, that's what we're here to show you, obviously. And this is where it's going to get a little bit interesting. You've heard a bit of our background. It's time to get more into the meat of this. Over the past 3 years, we have actually been able to free ourselves from all the emotional setbacks that come with having skin conditions, whether it's acne like Leanne, or eczema like me, or psoriasis, as many of my customers have experienced. And whatever the skin condition is, it does take its emotional toll on you. And it's this is one thing, why we're so passionate about sharing this, because it's quite transformative when you get past the hurdles and the challenges that come your way with these kind of things. I just want to say results are not typical. We have to say this because, well, it'd be irresponsible for us not to say this. So depending on the severity of your skin condition and your application of the material presented in this webinar, results will vary. So we cannot guarantee that you will have exactly the same results as we did. So starting off with the first 3 secrets. You came across them before. And the secret number 1 is that the products you're using might be causing you more harm than good. Secret number 2 is to learn the root cause of your skin condition. And the secret number 3 is to discover the power within to heal your skin. Really, that should say the power you have within to heal your skin. I'm now going to hand it back to Leanne to talk about secret number 1.
So secret number 1, yes, the products you're using are likely causing you more harm than good. As I was stating before, acne creams that are prescribed generally are going to be drying your skin out. Laser treatments, again, they can reduce the redness temporarily, but the new breakouts are still going to happen. Those laser treatments are generally not working on any new acne that's coming up. Same with eczema and psoriasis. These type of skin conditions, the itchiness, it's just cream after cream, Band-Aid after Band-Aid, mask after mask. So we definitely want you to know that this does not have to happen anymore, and we may just have a really great solution for you. Your skin is in fact the largest organ on your body, and it does absorb everything you put on it. Tons of products have chemicals in them. Even if they're claimed to be organic for face creams, face products, prescription creams, any of this, it's getting absorbed into your skin. Those chemicals enter the body, they enter the bloodstream, and they end up wreaking havoc on our systems. There are so many other external chemicals in our world today that we need to be aware of in our environment. And I strongly believe that the last thing we need to be doing is putting chemicals on our skin. So I am a major fan of reducing a few basic things when it comes to skincare. No sodium lauryl sulfate, and the abbreviation for that is SLS. No parabens is another really great one. And the word fragrance or perfume. If you see any one of those things on the labels of your creams, lotions, anything like this, it's likely going to be causing you more harm than good. And I strongly believe in avoiding those 3 components in any sort of skincare that you are using. Secret number 2, you need to learn the root cause of your skin condition.
I'm just going to give you a quick background about how I stumbled upon this, because this is a picture of, well, it's actually representing a stroke. And the reason I wrote my book, The Vitality Secret, is because I actually witnessed the health of my father deteriorate very quickly. He's still around, but he suffered a stroke, and he suffered it unnecessarily. And I say unnecessarily because a few years prior to his stroke, he was diagnosed with this condition called chronic inflammation. And around that time, I wasn't actually in the industry yet, but a few years after his stroke, I became to be in the industry, and I started looking up what this thing called inflammation was all about. And I realized that the chronic inflammation that he had been diagnosed with was actually the same underlying root cause of the eczema from which I had suffered my entire life. So that was a huge breakthrough for me. And also I realized that he didn't have to suffer the stroke, because I found out what chronic inflammation was. So in its simple, which I'll come on to in just a second if these slides work. So yeah, I kind of reverse engineered what was happening, or what happened to my father. And the inflammation that first presented itself, it actually started off with with asthma. So he actually had asthma from quite a young age, and we're not told what asthma is. Again, like skin conditions, we're thinking it's just like a hereditary thing. We think it's just something we have to live with. But for him, that's what inflammation first demonstrated itself as. So, during this whole kind of research quest I went on, that's when I stumbled upon the fact that chronic inflammation is the root cause of almost every skin condition that exists, as well as breathing problems like asthma and lots of other things. So it was actually almost like an accident that I discovered this, because I was actually researching this for my father. And then again, I realized that it's the root cause of my own eczema I had suffered from for about 30 odd years. It's chronic inflammation that is the root cause of most skin conditions. So eczema, psoriasis. Psoriasis is actually an autoimmune condition, and it's like the next stage of inflammation. It's like a chronic inflammatory stage, but this is when your immune system effectively turns on itself. It's like an advanced chronic inflammatory condition. So eczema and acne are kind of lower level inflammatory conditions. So it was quite a revelation, this, and it's not something that we see in the Western way of doing things, because it's, again, so kind of Band-Aid oriented. We're always told to go for different creams, but it really is kind of tackling just the symptoms rather than getting to the root cause. So this chronic inflammatory thing is really something to become aware of, and we need to understand what it is. So what is it exactly? Well, this is a picture of a person. Well, it's actually a representation of your immune system under attack. These are like foreign things entering your body, and this guy is like a picture of someone kind of holding these things away. It's as if things enter your body that your immune system doesn't recognize. I'm going to backtrack a second because it might be more kind of easy to understand if I explain the acute inflammation first. So acute inflammation, for example, might be when you injure an ankle. It becomes painful, it becomes swollen, your body sends, your immune system sends all these funky fluids to your ankle, and it becomes painful and it warms up, the body temperature warms up, and your body does all these clever things to heal the wound, and it normally is repaired and it's put in the past and no further harm is done. So with a chronic inflammatory condition, it's a kind of similar thing in that it's your immune system repairing you, and it's kind of protecting you. It's more with a chronic inflammatory condition, it's more like your immune system is trying to protect you. And when it happens, it's actually a very healthy immune response, just like acute inflammation. But when it happens again and again and again, it's as if your immune system is under attack all the time. So things enter your body that your body doesn't recognize, and it goes into this state of defense. And a lot of this comes back to the organ in the body that Leahan just talked about, which is your gut. And I believe the next slide, we're going to be talking about that. No, you're not. This is one of my favorite slides. It says, if you don't recognize an ingredient, your body won't either. #inflammation. From this point on, it's really good to get an understanding of what you're eating and really getting kind of thinking about what it is that you're putting in your mouth, because there's so many things in our food supply that we're just not aware of how toxic they can be, how alien they are in our bodies. There are some obvious ones that we know we shouldn't really be eating or consuming, things like artificial, trans fats and fried food and stuff. It's just not real food. And when stuff enters your body, again, that your body doesn't recognize, it triggers this inflammatory effect in the body. So I wanted to give you an example of an inflammatory culprit. And this may take some of you by surprise, and some of you might be aware of it, but I'm going to just talk about it anyway. So the first culprit is cow's milk. That's a picture of a cow, in case you weren't aware of your animals. And you might be thinking, well, why is it inflammatory? This here is a picture of two baby calves, or rather two calves, two baby cows. And really, the point about cow's milk, the reason it's inflammatory, remembering inflammation is your body's reaction to what it perceives as an attack on it. What is it about cow's milk that might be foreign to the human body? And I've kind of used my words carefully then. What is it about cow's milk that's foreign to the human body? I actually discovered this several years ago when I first moved to LA in early 2014, or just before actually. And I realized that cow's milk, there's actually quite an obvious reason why cow's milk is inflammatory. The point is it's designed for baby cows. So I actually saw this interview with this, I call him a pioneer in holistic health, and he was interviewed about the effects of cow's milk, or rather dairy, in the body. And he said, what's your view on dairy? And the interviewee said, how long do you have? And kind of laughed. He said, think of it this way. The human breast milk is specifically designed for baby human beings to grow fast, to give them the right boost in life, the right nutrients, so macronutrients, micronutrients, amino acids, proteins, and hormones for these baby human beings to grow fast. He said, similarly, cow's milk is specifically designed for baby cows to grow fast. Again, right nutrients, micronutrients, macronutrients, hormones, proteins, and amino acids for these baby cows to grow fast, which look absolutely nothing like humans. There's the reminder of two baby cows, and there's a baby, very, very dissimilar in appearance. Also, they're like about 10 times the size of a human baby and look nothing like a human baby. Baby, and there's udders on the left, breasts on the right. The point about this, and this is before we even talk about all the hormones and antibiotics that are given to the cows and the pasteurization effects that causes more toxicity, the point is that we human beings are not actually designed to be drinking cow's milk. In fact, after we're weaned off the milk from our mother's breast, remembering to get the right mammal, we are not actually meant to have this milk anymore, and we actually naturally lose the enzyme called lactase, which breaks down the sugar in cow's milk called the enzyme is lactase, and the actual sugar in cow's milk is lactose. So a lot of people are lactose intolerant. About 75% of the Western population is lactose intolerant because they don't have the enzyme. And it's kind of weird that some people do have the enzyme because we shouldn't. It's a normal biological process to actually lose the enzyme after we're weaned off our mother's milk. So a lot of my customers and clients have actually had results very quickly just by taking out this one thing from their diet. And I believe this is when I hand it back to Leahan. Oh no, there's another picture of some udders for you, just in case you forgot what udders look like.
All right, so yes, I'm completely on point with Neil. Secret number 3 is that, you know what? We're gonna help you discover that you have the power within yourself to heal your own skin. And it is quite simple because you just have to make the decision. It's all about making the decision for yourself and making the choice for yourself to decide if you want to heal your body. So I personally told you that I did heal my gut, and that is what I'm saying is what does your gut have to do with your skin? And there is no direct correlation, but as we have both seen from numerous testimonials from our clients, as well as our own personal stories, that your gut has to do with anything that you're experiencing as an issue. So anything, brain fog, mental fog, depression, anxiety, skin issues, bloating, indigestion gas, all of these things have to do with your gut. And as some of you may know, but I'm going to tell you all right now, what does Candida have to do with acne? Well, Candida is a fungal infection that occurs in your gut. And from experiences of so many of my clients, I am thrilled to say that Candida does have to do with skin conditions. Candida does have to do specifically for myself, in my case, with acne. So how I was able to heal my back acne was simply the very first thing I did was back in 2013, I did a Candida cleanse for the first time ever. And that is what healed my acne. And that is what got me on the journey to believing strongly in healing my gut, therefore going into functional medicine and healing so many other issues by healing my gut as well as other people's conditions. So I'm a major fan. You need to love your gut, and bread is not one of them. I'm sure that you can take this and think, what is going on? Well, I had celiac disease. So another major thing for myself is removing gluten from my diet. And in doing that, I have been able to remove acne condition. I have been able to balance my hormones. And these are the 2 very simple things that I've personally done to heal my entire body, because I am a major fan of that. So you've now heard it. I've heard it. We've all heard it. Bottom line is you are what you eat. No matter what we like to say about the healthy foods, healthy diet, there is a lot more of a realistic, catered, individualized approach to people. And there isn't just one diet for anyone. So besides just eating healthy foods, there's a lot of healthy foods that cause inflammation. And so that was what Neil was talking about when he was saying, you know, increasing inflammation increases inflammation in the body, and it comes out in different ways, shapes, and forms depending on the person. No matter what you think is healthy, it might not work for you. And we need to really get to the root cause of the problem for each individual, heal the gut, and get them on certain diets that help improve their conditions. This is for Neil to talk about, as this is one of his clients.
So this is, as Leanne pointed out, the speed at which this happened was remarkable. It was literally within a week, and just the starting of the cleansing of the body is, we've talked about two of these culprits, and you start to see the effects. What we actually do together is we both have kind of longer programs, because it's kind of getting the toxins out, and then you start to really kind of repair the gut. But I just wanted to show you this to see how it can be pretty quick. This was within about 7 days. So he removed the inflammatory culprits, the ones that we talked about just now, and the next stage is to really start to repair this so it doesn't come back again. So he's going to, in the next kind of coming weeks, we're going to be talking about healing some really, or consuming some much better foods. And then we're going to be talking about hydrating, so detoxifying the body and hydrating, because a lot of people are, well, they're not actually consuming sufficient water, and if they are consuming sufficient water, it's often not the best quality. And we need to really be hydrated for our skin to be in good condition. You can actually often tell with people if they're dehydrated, and we tend to not drink enough water. So yeah, these results are pretty quick. Now I'm going to hand back to Leanne for this particular case study, because this is her client.
All right, so this is one of my clients named Kay, and he had an unexplained rash, as you can see in the picture on the left-hand side, that occurred on and off for him for probably about 6 years. He had been to numerous doctors, dermatologists, and no answer. I started working with Kay about a year ago, and the first thing we did was we removed inflammatory foods. I did particularly a food sensitivity test on him, and that helped us eliminate foods that we knew his body was specifically allergic or reactive to. And the second thing we did was we eliminated the fungus in his gut. So we did a candida cleanse, which was for 40 days. And in combination with both of those things, we then decided to support with supplements such as probiotics and a few vitamins. And the result within 2 months was the picture on the right. And actually, true story, that picture on the right, he sent to me yesterday. So he is still experiencing the lack of rash, and we started working together, it would be honestly 1 year ago. So he is super excited. He's really happy, and it was simple and easy once we got down to it. Remove inflammatory foods, did a candida cleanse, gave him some support, and he has been good to go ever since. So far, I hope that you would all agree. Would you agree this has been time well spent? We definitely can't cover everything that you need to know in an hour, but what we can do is give you the opportunity so that you can get everything that you actually need to know laid out for you, quick, easy, and quite simple. So if you act now, I can guarantee you and promise you, you will get an amazing deal. Old habits do die hard. So this is one roadblock that a lot of people run into when it comes to committing to any sort of program. But the benefit in doing what Neil and I are going to be presenting to you is that we will be guiding you. We will guide you every step of the way. We will literally hold your hand so that over this 8-week program that we've come up with, we will be having weekly check-in sessions that you are going to be able to do question and answers. They're going to be live, they're going to be recorded, and we will literally help guide you so that it will not be stressful, it will not be difficult. We are always here for you. And you'll be thrilled that in just 8 weeks, you could potentially change your life. Improve your skin, improve your quality of life, no more embarrassment. And maybe it would be even sooner than 8 weeks. The one client that Neil had those results in 1 week. So in 8, you can only imagine how much better your life can be. So what we're here to introduce is our Skin the Solution. What you're going to get Neil's award-winning inflammation solution. You're going to get 8 weeks of weekly meal plans to help guide you through week by week. It will be a no-brainer, simple, basic, and easy to follow. You don't have to worry about anything except going and getting the shopping list of what you're provided with and cooking the meals. You will get the Candida cleanse for the 40 days. And like I said, you will get 8 weeks of personalized coaching for Neil and I every single week. So who has this worked for? So many different clients. Eczema, acne, psoriasis, and as my client Kay, unexplained skin rashes. And this one is for Neil to chat with you about.
So I just wanted to read you this testimonial because it's just so powerful. And I wanted to show you this one because it's one that I've already talked about. He said, after watching this video, I've got some videos in the members area, obviously, of my program. And he said, after watching this video, I decided to give up dairy. Oh, this one's actually from YouTube. And he said, I gave up dairy. I only ever had a small amount of my 1 coffee per day, as well as occasionally having cheese. Literally 5 days after doing this, my skin changed. It got its smooth feeling back after just a couple of days. My eczema completely has disappeared. I can't believe it. Thank you for the video, or wouldn't have watched it. So I just want to show you how quick the differences can actually be made when you start taking out these culprits. So again, what you're going to get this award-winning inflammation solution, 8 weeks of weekly meal plans, Candida cleanse, 8 weeks of Leahan and Neil coaching. And this is me just to show you exactly what you're going to get in the inflammation solution. So this is it's a system that is working like wildfire for people. It's really awesome, even if I do say so myself. And there's a whole process, because to start off with, we really talk about psychology, because a lot of people will be presented with new information, but until you have the right psychology in place, like the right mindset, the right motives, the right inspiration, that's the biggest hurdle, that's the biggest roadblock for anyone to make these changes long term. And that's where I really kind of pride my program and my coaching, is helping people get through the psychology of things. The psychology of eczema, by the way, if you're an eczema sufferer, is a weird one, because it can become habitual. It's pleasurable, it's satisfying, scratching an itch, and it can even become part of your identity, this thing that you become attached to and almost kind of talk about like it's your thing. And you know, imagine what you're like. What do you have to talk about if you don't have your eczema to talk about anymore? It's called a negative identity in psychology, and I help people get around this, because again, it's one of the biggest stumbling blocks, and a lot of this is subconscious. So in the first week, it's really about psychology, and then really talking about oxygen intake enhancement. You wouldn't believe it, but most people are not breathing enough, and it's our #1 life fuel. And there's ways that we can even increase our oxygen intake, even if we're sedentary. You may have heard that sitting is the new smoking. It's sedentary lives are what's causing more problems than almost anything else. It's because of the under-oxygenation of cells. It's actually been said to be the #1 reason for chronic disease, in fact, is under-oxygenation of cells. So we can actually change this by being more conscious about the breathing and how we're breathing. So we tend to use like the third section of our lungs, the top third section of our lungs. So then we have fluids like hydration and detoxification, lymphatic immune support. That's the part of the immune system responsible for getting rid of dead cells, dead cancer cells, dead waste products. It's the waste disposal part of the system that needs to get working. Then there's activity, again, it gets you moving again, macronutrients, micronutrients. Then there's importance of sleep. Then we talk about toxin and poison elimination. That's actually further on towards the beginning. Insulin sensitivity. This is a huge thing. We have a very high carb and sugar loaded diet, and it's causing a lot of inflammation and problems in people. It's one of the main reasons why, or the reason that you get type 2 diabetes, is insulin resistance. And this is also a trigger for skin conditions. And then we got orthopedics and care of the human frame, and then nature's pharmacy. It's quite a comprehensive program, and which is why you can't just deliver this over like a 1 hour phone call or, you know, just a week or two. There's a lot to learn, but it's awesome once you learn this stuff because you get long lasting change. So over to Leanne to explain her program.
Okay, so yay for the Inspired You, because this is what we do. We do the Candida Cleanse program. I am super excited about this program. It has taken me about 2 years to come up with, and I have had it launched for almost 1 year now. It's really exciting. I've been able to help literally hundreds of clients heal their body and change their lives simply from removing Candida fungus in their gut. What is included in this program? First of all, you're going to get the Track Your Progress sheets so that you're able to hold yourself accountable, see where you've come and where you started. You're going to get a host of Candida-friendly recipes. I believe there's 72 to be exact. You're going to get a very specifically easy, detailed supplement protocol that will be emailed to you in a PDF format. So it's going to tell you what supplements to take on what day. You are going to get dietary guidelines, so what to avoid, what to eat, and sort of how to go about it, and meal plans, including shopping lists that you will be followed with weekly. And if you don't want to do the meal plans and shopping lists, you can simply just follow the recipes. But a lot of people really like to have the structured weekly meal plans, and I find the most success with this type. We are going to give you additional product recommendations. We'll give you a description of what supplements are in each kit. And if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or vegetarian, we also have protocols for that with guidelines of recipes to help any one of those out. Amazing thing is that with this entire package, you get the PDFs emailed to you, and the supplements are packaged up and shipped directly to your door. So you do not have to do anything but stay home and we will come to you. So this 8-week program is going to be starting very soon, live on April 3rd, and we will be starting the 8 weeks. So we're hoping that all of you would love to join, and if all this did was reduce your flare-ups, would it be worth it? If it boosted your confidence, would it be worth it? And if it got you glowing again, your skin, your mind, your body, and your soul, would it be worth it? And that about wraps up the webinar. We would love to help you out. So we've decided that schedule a call. The link is below, the meetme.so/Neil Cannon, and get to that link and sign up within 2 days because we have to get everyone up and ready to go to get started for April 3rd. So you have 2 days to get on. If you have any questions or you'd like to set up some kind of personal interview, discussion, or conversation, you can email Neil at neil@vitalitysecret.com or myself, Leanne, at info@theinspiredyou.me. That's about all I have to say. I'm super honored and blessed for all of you to have taken this time to meet with us. I hope that this was really educational for you, that you took something away from what we have to say. And I would love to work with any one of you to help heal your body, to heal your skin. So thank you so much for your time. I will pass it over to Neil, and have a really great day, everyone. Much love.
Thank you, Leanne, and thank you, Leanne, for joining me on this, because the two of us can actually create something really powerful. We have created something really powerful, and I think audience have seen the impact this can have on your body, on your skin. So I really hope this has been valuable for you. I hope you've had a few aha moments. I hope you've had some inspiration to really discover how to heal your skin from the inside out. That's what Leanne and I are very passionate about helping you with. So from me, I'd just like to say thank you so much for being here and for putting up with the little transitions between Leanne and myself. It wasn't completely seamless, but I think it's fairly seamless. So thank you so much for being here. And again, I really hope it's been valuable. and we will, we invite you to set up a call. We are running this program live. It's just way better when it's live because everyone's going to be in the same boat as the weeks go on. And we're starting on the 3rd of April, which is next Thursday. We have the Easter weekend from Thursday through to Monday, and then we're starting on the Tuesday. So we'd love for you to organize a quick strategy call with me or Leahan or both of us. So again, that link is meetme.so/Neil Cannon, and you can schedule a call there, or again, email me at neil@vitalitysecret.com or Leahan at info@theinspiredyou.me. So thank you so much for being here. I really hope that's been valuable. I will ask, because there's quite a few of you still left on, if you have any questions, you can actually go to the panel on the right and you can enter any questions that you have there and we will answer them. So I know a number of you are still here, so fire away. I hope it's been valuable and hopefully we'll be in touch. Thanks again. Thanks for listening. Talk soon.